Welcome everyone to day 31 of marching through. I just got my hair cut, so I'm feeling good. I'm gonna go get some groceries because I'm getting low. This would have been my last day of doing one of these daily videos, but we're gonna keep marching on all the way, I think, until March 15th. I am permitted to drive, if anyone wanted to know. I don't know if it could be more dreary than it is right now. It's been raining pretty much the entire day, which is good, so it can wash off all this salt all over the ground, and I needed a car wash, so that was nice. But man, it is depressing out here. Looks like the eggs are either out or the prices, it looks like they may have come down a little bit, but man, they are expensive. It's like triple what it used to be. Man, $2.99 each for the Mountain Dews. I picked the wrong time to give it up, but they're gone anyway. Oh, wait. There's one back there, but I can't get it. Fake Doritos, they're the best. Tickets are on sale for Jeff Matthews Band. We got a problem. The machine has malfunctioned. I can't get a subscriber shout out of the day. I'll have to work on this for later. But until then, let's go into the IOM studio. Welcome back to the IOM studio. For today's list, I am going to give you my top 10 Saturday Night Live cast members of all time. Now, this is almost an impossible task because you can make a case for like 100 or more people to be in the top 10. And some of the names I left off here are just like blowing my mind because they're like my favorite actors and actresses ever. But I can only pick 10, and I wanted to kind of do a range from the early days until now. So here is what my top 10 Saturday Night Live cast members are. They're celebrating their 50th season this year. There's a special coming really soon, I think in the next few weeks or in February sometime. But let's start at number 10. This might shock some people, but this lady kind of brought back Weekend Update from the dead, changed it back to the two-person format. She was the head writer for many, many years. It's Tina Fey. I think she was absolutely hysterical on the news desk, and she could do impressions. At number 9, this was a guy in my era, late 80s to through the 90s. This guy could play anything from a dad to a game show host. He did crazy, wacky characters, and I felt like he was always in every sketch. That was Phil Hartman. He's very underappreciated, I feel like. Number 8, another female. I think she was on kind of in the 2010s-ish era. That's Kate McKinnon. I think she deserves a spot on the top 10 cast members of all time. At number 7, we're going way back to the 70s. I mean, you could make a case for Chevy Chase. You could make a case for John Belushi, for Bill Murray, for Jane Curtin, Gilda. But my favorite actor from that time was Dan Aykroyd. I used to watch like Nick at Night. I think Saturday Night Live was on those. I used to watch him, and he's just hysterical. And I've loved all his movies too. At number 6, another female. She's probably the best female cast member of all time. I don't know if she can be topped. That is going to be Kristen Wiig. I mean, how many iconic characters did she create? She was in that mid-2000s, I think, era. Again, I wasn't really watching on a weekly basis, but hysterical. It's absolutely hysterical. Kristen Wiig. Number 5, this actor brought Saturday Night Live back from the brink of cancellation in the early 80s. It was about to be canceled. He was like the one cast member that people tuned in just to watch. We all know him. We all love him. He was a breakout star. He's been famous for over 40 years. That's going to be Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. Number 4, This guy is so funny. Every sketch he's in, no matter how stupid and bad the sketch was, I feel like just him being in it would elevate it to like the next tier. Like it could be the worst sketch ever written, but he would just give it his all. And it's just so sad that he passed way too soon, just like John Belushi. And I think he is the funnier big guy. That would be Chris Farley, of course. Of course, Tommy Boy, one of the funniest movies ever. And I remember I was driving home from college when I heard the news on the radio that he died, and I was just so sad. Number 3, again, in the mid-90s, Saturday Night Live was teetering on the brink of cancellation. The ratings were horrible. They revamped the entire cast. They got rid of the whole Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, Rob Schneider, Mike Myers. That era was gone, and they brought in like all new people for the most part. And one of those was Will Ferrell. We all know he turned out to be a huge movie star, and every sketch he was in on Saturday Night Live, man, hysterical. Number 2, this guy deserves a spot this high because of longevity. He's been on the show like 22 years. He has played everything you can ever think of. He's hysterical. He has those eyes that like bug out with facial expressions. It's so funny. What's up with that? Kenan Thompson. I remember him back from Mighty Ducks Part 2 back in like the early 90s. And somehow, and Good Burger. My sister used to watch Good Burger on like Nickelodeon. I was too old for it, but I remember it. And somehow he ended up on Saturday Night Live and has been there ever since. I can't believe it. And then, of course, number 1. This is by far, I don't think this is even close, by far the greatest cast member of all time. We're talking about Dana Carvey. I mean, come on. Church Lady, Hans and Franz, Wayne's World as Garth. I mean, to name a few. I mean, he was everything on that show. For like 5 or 6 years he was on it. And he still pops up. He was Joe Biden this season. But it's just mind-blowing. The people I've left off this list, like Adam Sandler and Jimmy Fallon and, Lonely Island, that's Andy Samberg. I mean, the list is just enormous. You had, Martin Short was on the show. Billy Crystal was on the show. As I said, Chevy Chase and John Belushi. You had, Rob Schneider, David Spade, Kevin Nealon, Dennis Miller. Norm Macdonald. I mean, it's unbelievable. And then all the people of the last 10, 15 years are hysterical too. You got Bill Hader, who I was close to putting Bill Hader on this list. You have Jason Sudeikis. I mean, unbelievable, talented people. But I know every single person will have a different list. And there's really no wrong answer, but that's mine. And before I leave you, I found an old clip of me doing an impression of Hans. I think it was Hans from Hans and Franz from 1991. So enjoy a little snippet of this.
Hello. Once again, I am Hans.
And I am Franz.
And we're here to pump you up. Pump yourself up, and you can look just like this.
This has been Pumping Up with Hans and Franz.
Yep, that was me. It is driving me crazy on where I've heard this song. I'm falling apart right in front of you, can't you see? That guy has got more soul than that Pixar movie.
Oh, the movie Soul?
No, Turning Red. Well, that is another edition of Marching Through. Hope you enjoyed the top 10 SNL list. Until tomorrow, we are still going. January is over, which is the worst month of the year, but February is the second worst month of the year, and we're going to get through that too. So let's keep on marching on.